So guys, what I'm planning to do with this video today is first I am going to do an unboxing of the Sony A6600. And then after I do the unboxing, I'm going to show you guys a few of the features that this camera does have. I want to tell you guys what was my reasoning for picking the 6600 instead of the 64. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a comparison between the iPhone 13 Pro Max and how it will look if you switch over to the A6600. So I'll try to do a split screen so you guys can really get a feel of the difference between these two cameras. I also will be telling you guys why I chose a Sony over a Canon. Hey, what's up, y'all? This video for me is going to be one of my most favorite and awaited videos. I have been looking to upgrade from my iPhone 13 Pro Max to a camera, and my camera finally came today, guys. I'm so excited. So excuse my excitement. I have been waiting and wanting something else to record my videos on outside of just using my phone.
And like and subscribe and join your video.
Exactly. So it comes with a register your product for a chance to win. Whatever this is probably some package to tell you the limited warranty. US and Canada only 1 year limited warranty. They do offer a warranty with this. You can get the 2 year for, I think it was $119, and you can get the 4 year for $200, and I think it was $299. They do have another paper that shows you all the lenses that you can purchase with this camera. Reference guide, and whatever this is in another language. So this to me seems a bit flimsy, so I am definitely planning to order my own one, but this is what it comes with. This is the one that you have on the inside, and then it comes with this little piece. I guess this is the piece that goes over the eye part of the camera. Okay. And then you have the wall outlet plug-in. So this is the battery right here that comes with it. It's a pretty nice size battery. And then it comes with this cord to plug it up. So I guess you plug that into here to charge it. And that's probably how you charge this camera. Okay, here's my actual camera, okay? Here it is, and this is the little part that goes on the strap. That's the back part. Here is the back of it. Here's the front of it. Not very heavy, pretty lightweight camera. Not heavy at all. Here's the lens cup. I think that's what this is called. Not really sure, so don't quote me on that, but this goes over the lens. I do know that. And here is my lens. I think this goes on the front of it when you take that front part off like that. So here's the lens. This lens is a 18 by 135 millimeter lens. This camera, guys, is definitely a beginner's camera. I am an actual beginner, so I wanted to get something that would not be too advanced for me. But even with this camera being a beginner's camera, it is not like a extreme beginner's camera, if that makes sense. So this camera can still do a lot of things that professionals do use their cameras for. It allows you to be able to grow. And that's why, the main reason why I got this camera is because I wanted I was thinking, so initially I was thinking about getting the ZV-1. I think my main concern with getting one of those two cameras was that it would limit me only to doing certain things, and I wouldn't be able to grow with my camera, or my camera grow with, you know, me. So that's why I decided to get the 66A instead of a camera that is used primarily for like a YouTubing or vlogging or a camera like that. So this camera does come with a lot of different features. I'm gonna go ahead and allow this camera to charge while I kind of answer a few more of those other questions that I told you guys that we will talk about on this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and go charge this for a moment so we can go over the features on it. But I'm gonna show you guys how you put the battery in. Since I'm here, I have to do it anyway. So the side opposite the lens holder, you want to just drop it in this way. So there's the arrow, turn it this way and drop it in. It fits right in. So once you close it like this, it has a little thing right here that you press up to lock it. So I'm just gonna lift that up and that locks it in. Take my plug and I'm going to charges in the hole closest to the top. I'm gonna go plug this in. I'll be right back. I'm gonna also, after this video, you can expect me to drop another video on all the accessories that I purchased to go with this camera. Stay tuned for that video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have yet to subscribe, and let's get into this video. With Canon being a traditional camera that most YouTubers use, it was actually hard to steer myself away from using Canon, or buying Canon, should I say. But my main reason for even looking at Canons is, like I said, the colors are dynamic. Canons have extremely nice colors. Their skin pigments are amazing. Canons, depending on what Canons you're talking about, like the one I told you my friend got, the Mark G7X Mark III, is really nice and already set up for YouTube. It has a stabilization inside of it, some type of built-in stabilization. It comes with the perfect filter on it to, filter out the sun. It has so many things that made me like, why aren't you purchasing these? Why aren't you getting a Canon? But what I did not like about a lot of the Canon cameras that I did see was that they overheat. Not all the Canons, I'm just specifically speaking about the ones that I looked at. Most of the Canons that I looked at were like beginner Canons. The higher end ones were a little more expensive than I wanted to spend. They did have the Canon D something, I'll drop it right here, and that one was a option that I kind of tossed up back and forth between this one, the one I purchased, and that one. But I actually I liked a lot of things I read about Sony. Sony it has a lot of lenses, as does Canon, but they have a lot of like off-brand lenses, and also lenses that come directly from Sony. The stabilization in this camera, that it has IBIS, which allows it to have stabilization built inside of the actual camera. Another thing about this camera is it's known for not overheating. I've seen very limited amount of videos where they said that the A6600 Sony overheats. So I actually wanted to get something that was small enough for me to hold in my hand, but also big enough that it did have that in-body stabilization. I did see on a lot of videos that they said this camera still is kind of shaky if you don't get the stabilization also built into your lens, the OSS, to make sure that you have extra stabilization. So I'm definitely going to be purchasing some lenses with this camera. I did get the 18 to 135. I'm not really happy with this, and I won't say from experience, but from a lot of videos that I watched, they did say that this is more for like landscape shooting and like, kind of zoomed out shooting. Although it does go all the way to 18, I didn't see any videos where they said it was really good for like, sit down talks, and what I plan on doing is workout videos and stuff of that matter. I've seen no one say that this was one. They actually talked a lot about the 10-20 millimeter and the 16 millimeter. And I think I'm going to drop a few of them here for like YouTube, for workout videos and vlogging. I'll drop a list of them here of other ones that you should check out instead of this one. Even some people are even saying like that the one that it came with, this is the one that mine came with. This is my kit lens. A lot of other people did not get this as a kit lens. They got this one as a kit lens. And a few videos that I watched said that that's actually better than this one. A couple videos that I watched said they would rather go with this one than that one. It depends on the person. It depends on what you're using it for. It depends on you. So for me, I do want to get the 16 millimeter, and I also want to get the 1020, but the 1020, the price of it being a bit expensive. So the 1018 is definitely better for vlogging. I want to invest in the 1018 because it gives you so much range around you that it's just a great camera to vlog with. But I can't afford that one right now. So like I said, I'm planning to get the 16 millimeter in order for me to still be able to capture that surrounding area without, having to spend as much money. So I feel like on the iPhone, which is this one is the iPhone here that I'm looking at right now, I feel like it gives me more like a washed out kind of look. whited out kind of look. Now, when I'm looking into the camera, I feel like I have more, you know, my skin tone looks a lot better than me. Let me lift this up a little bit like that so my hair won't be so cut off. But I feel like it really shows more of my natural color. One thing that I was really concerned about with buying the Sony is that I saw that most people said that the Canon had a lot better colors for all skin tones. Being a female, you know how we feel. Being a female, you know how we feel about our filters and all of that stuff. So Canon has like a natural filter already built into it, which is not the case with Sony. Sony's going to give you that raw footage of what you actually look like. It might, from some people's experiences, add like a yellow or like a reddish. I even have heard like a greenish, they said zombie look to it. That's not the case with my skin tone. This is actually more like what my skin tone really looks like a peanut butter kind of color. That is my skin tone. Again, this is the iPhone. Now, guys, I am not tech savvy at all. I am giving you my opinion of this A6600 and this iPhone 13. So do not expect my opinion to be a professional opinion. This is simply just my opinion. If my opinion does turn out to help someone, I think that's amazing. So this is the cinematic mode with the iPhone. So I'm looking at the iPhone right here, guys. And so if you notice, it does give you that blurry background. Yeah, and so it keeps the box around your face to show what's supposed to be in focus, and then everything else is kind of blurred around me. I noticed that Apple hasn't really got this down packed yet, because if you notice, some of my hair kind of fades off into that blur. But yeah, so they definitely have a lot of work to do with Apple, but we didn't have this initially, so I'm just happy to honestly have it now. Step up. Step up, Apple, and make this a little better, because iPhones have come a long way, and I tell you this, the iPhones are reliable. If you are just starting a YouTube channel, I think that this works perfectly. I have been doing it now for a year, and I do want to step up my game with the camera. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Now, one thing about this the 18 by 135 lens is that it will zoom. So I'm going to show you guys how that would look if it zoomed into me. Not that I ever want a camera this close to my face. And this is why I want to get the other ones, because there's no time when I'm really going to need a camera this close to my face. Let me get down so y'all ain't all. Let me see. It's at no time. What do I want you guys seeing me this close? So this is the closest that it will get. I'm an arm distance away from this camera, and this is how close it gets with the 18 by 135 millimeter. And this is why I need that Sigma 16 millimeter 1.4, because I don't need it that close. But yeah, that's how close it will get if you were standing about. I'm an arm's length distance. I'm right here. As soon as I stretch out my arm, that's how far that my tripod and my camera are away from me. So I really do like my color better on this. Maybe I have like a reddish tone to my skin, maybe. That might be. This is me in the house with natural lighting. It shows you how much this camera moves with just me walking regular through the house. So this is, I'm holding it as still as I can. Let me try to hold it still, as a matter of fact. So I am holding this iPhone as still as possible, and this is showing you how much stability that this iPhone has just naturally. Granted, my arms are very tiny, fragile little arms, so somebody with a probably stronger arm could probably hold it a lot more steady. But being is that my arms are little bitty arms, it's not really holding it that steady. So, but this is actually pretty good to me. I can't see as much as you guys probably can see. I'll be able to tell once I go back and look at this. But with just a regular walk and talk, this is how an iPhone Pro Max would look. You know, hey guys. Say you outside vlogging and you get a little excited and you want to put a little pep in your step. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, not like that. Don't ever do that. And I will never do that again. But yeah, this is how it looks, you know, outside. Excuse my son's room back there. He is a very special kid. So his room is special too. But yeah, this is how it looks. So you guys have seen me do plenty of videos outside at night even with this. I'm gonna show you guys how this phone looks outside without having a ring light, just a natural night. So as you can see, guys, well, as you cannot see, I am outside. This is how the iPhone Pro Max looks at nighttime outside with no help from any light. Matter of fact, the moon, listen to me. Matter of fact, the moon itself is actually covered, so there is no extra help for light. I am going to now go under a street light to see if that can help me get some type of lighting. But yeah, it's dark. So this is with no help, but this is me right under a light. It's dark. So that's even with the help of some light, it is still not really able to pick up at night. Now, one thing I will say about this, and I'm going back in the house, I know you guys don't want to talk in the dark. One thing I will say about this camera is if you're taking pictures at night, it is amazing. So yeah, that was the lighting at night on the Pro Max iPhone. So yeah, it kind of leaves you hanging out there. It doesn't really have a lot of light to add at night. So you definitely don't want to get caught at nighttime doing a video. Not a good idea, guys. Unless you definitely have your ring light, it won't be a very good idea. Now, if you have your ring light, I actually love the way videos look at nighttime on the iPhone. I'll show you guys here a video that I did at night with my ring light outside, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So let's try it now with the A6600. So this part is going to be a bit awkward because I actually put my mic in. Come to find out, I didn't have it pressed all the way in on my A6600, so you can't hear anything that I'm saying, so I have to do a talk over. On this part, I'm just simply showing you guys how a nice vlog would work out on this camera. As you can see, it is still not as stable as the iPhone. Even with the built-in stabilization and supposed stabilization that is in this lens, it is still not as stable as the iPhone. So you definitely want to make sure you have a lens that's going to give you that extra stabilization. I'm just still walking around here showing you guys how it's looking, and you can see a pretty defined bounce on this camera. I mean, it's not horrible. I can still work with it, but compared to the iPhone, it definitely shows more of a bounce than the iPhone. So now I'm going to head outside, guys, so I can show you how this camera looks at night. Oh goodness, I really wish my mic was working because it's kind of odd trying to keep up with what I'm doing on camera and what I possibly could be saying. So this is me walking outside in the garage. This is just the garage TV lighting, and as you can see, it's still dark. Now I'm outside of the house, and the lights around the house is giving me a little bit of light. But as I walk away from the house, you can tell that it's getting darker. I'm actually surprised that you can see me a bit more than you could with the iPhone. So that's interesting. I'm not nearly as dark as I was on the iPhone. Maybe this camera has some lighting in it or picks up some light. Now I'm going to go ahead and stand under the same light that I stood under when I was on the iPhone to see if that makes a huge difference. And now I am, I think, about under the lights. I can't really tell. Yeah, I think I'm under the light right now. So this is how it looks with very low light. Yeah, I'm right under the light right now. So that's pretty good in comparison to how the iPhone was looking at night. You definitely can have a ring light added to your A6600, and that will give you that extra light that you need if you would like to make a video at night. I think night videos are super cool, so that's definitely something that I probably would purchase, is a light for the nighttime. But now I'm just going to head back in the house and finish up this part of the video. Another thing that was very important to me when I was comparing the cameras that I was comparing, again, I'm not comparing this camera to all Canons. I'm just comparing it to the Canons that I looked at and the other Sonys that I decided to look at. So you might be able to find a camera once you research that is better than everything that I'm saying that was good about this A6600. So I do not profess to be a specialist or even very informed or versed when it comes to cameras. I'm just telling you the reason why I purchased the camera that I did. This battery is supposed to be phenomenal. I think it's the same battery they said was in the A7 III. That camera also has this same battery in it, so it makes it last a lot longer. I was gonna get that camera, but at the same time I decided not to because it was even more expensive than this base model camera was, just for the body. So what I paid for my lens and my camera is how much that camera costs without even having a lens, just for the body. So couldn't afford that right now. But had I had the money, I would have gotten that one instead. A few other reasons, guys, that I decided to purchase this one is because it has a mic spot, which I noticed that some of the Canon cameras that I was looking at did not have that. Some of them do, but the one that I was looking at did not have that. This one comes with it already built in. And it also has, so you can listen to yourself while you're recording. It has a headphone plug-in that allows you, if you're videoing something, you can go ahead and put those headphones on and it'll allow you to be able to hear exactly what you're recording while you're recording. So you can know if you like the sound of what you're recording. It feels pretty comfortable for me. I think that with this, because I went to the store, I felt the A6400 and it had a smaller battery. So this part right here was a lot smaller and it wasn't really comfortable for my hand. This is a lot more comfortable for my hand. Like, I can kind of get my groove on, you know, get excited if I see somebody I know. If I want to throw my hands up or move my hands, I don't have to be so worried about this slipping out of my hand. So I did like the grip. Now I am going to show you, like I said, a few accessories that I bought to make sure that doesn't happen anyway. But yeah, I definitely like this more fitted, more finger settled grip right. This camera is weather sealed, so you don't have to worry about all the dust, rain, messing up your camera. I did like that part. Another reason for me purchasing this camera over a few of the other ones I looked at was because this camera actually had autofocus, and I thought that was really cool. So if I'm doing my workout videos, I know for a fact that I don't have to worry about that camera losing focus on me. Some of them have like the face focus, and that's still really good too. But I wanted something that had a detailed eye focus, so I know that as long as I'm in range, I don't have to worry about, even if I do back out of range, I know that it's still focused in on my eye. This camera does support Wi-Fi, and also it supports streaming. So you can stream live just from your camera on YouTube or wherever you plan to stream on. So that part was kind of cool. So y'all, it's a lot of different reasons why I purchased this camera. I didn't know what I was doing. Let's just be honest. When it comes to a new user trying to just upgrade your YouTube, you don't know which camera to buy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I honestly did not know which camera to buy. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos to try to kind of steer myself in the right direction of what camera to buy. Me, I just know I babble on a lot. And I also know that I need a camera that is going to keep up with me because I move a lot in my videos. I am always, just like I said, babbling on. I can look up and I've spent 45 minutes to an hour on my video. And if it's constantly going dead on me because the battery is so small, that won't work for me. So that's why I'm not making this video like a why you should get this camera. This is just why I did. I watched a lot of photography videos, and a lot of people use this camera to do like professional photography, and the pictures were amazing. One thing I am kind of worried about, and I'll let you guys know in another video once I really get to test this camera, is that it was said that the 4K works amazing with this camera, but when you try to scale it down to a 1080, that is not so good. And I'm kind of concerned about that because, you know, when you're a YouTuber, we put most of our videos are loaded on 1080. If you try to load on 4K, it doesn't really, I don't even know if you can. I've never tried to load on YouTube in 4K, so I don't even know if you can. But I do know that most phones, most TVs, most iPads are looking at 1080 resolution. So I honestly don't know how that's going to work out for me trying to downscale it to 1080 from 4K. I'm hoping that that's a very easy process. Another one of my concerns, so I'll let you guys know how that goes once I figure out how it goes. And also one of my other concerns with this camera was that is it going to be trouble for me trying to transport my videos from this camera to my iPad. I do have a MacBook Pro, but it's in the midst of getting fixed because my son kicked the screen and cracked it. So I do not have that computer right now. So I am only primarily using my iPad Pro. So I was concerned about if I was going to be able to get these videos in 4K to my iPad with no issues. I actually did watch a few YouTube videos and they said that it was no issue. They actually showed me this piece here that you can use to either hook your card, like you could take your card out of your camera and put it onto this piece and hook it right into your iPad, and it'll go through some settings and go through some stuff on your camera and it'll pop right up. You can download it. You can actually download it from your SD card. And I also found another way that you can plug this into your iPad, and I'll show you that piece too, to have those videos load onto your iPad. So it seems pretty simple. I'm hoping that it turns out to be that simple for me, guys. Let me say this too. I am not computer, I am not camera, I am not any electronic literate. So if you're a person like me and you're just looking for a camera that's going to be suitable for what you need it for, you don't know anything, you don't know where to start, my main recommendation would not be to listen to any one person. My recommendation would be to watch a bunch of YouTube videos, go on Google and read reviews, call different stores and find out what camera that you think would be the best for you. So what I did was I actually went up to Best Buy, talked to the people at Best Buy about telling them what I want to do with my camera and asking them what, in their opinion, because these are always still opinions, camera would they purchase if they were in my situation. And then I called a company called B&H. I talked to a few of their professionals about what camera would be best for videos and what camera would be best for photos, and if I wanted to get something that was a hybrid, what camera would be the best hybrid. So do as much research as you can, guys. I don't know if I actually did enough research, because honestly, to be honest with you, I'm not going to 100% say that I am secure and I feel safe with the camera that I purchased. I'm saying here today that I'm excited that I have something outside of just my phone, but I am nervous that I will not like this camera for whatever reason and I will end up taking it back. So I am going to do another video, guys, to show you how this camera is fitting into my life. I will have this camera. I got it today, which is Friday. Don't know when I'm gonna drop this video, so that's not relevant. But I got it today. I plan to get my newer 35mm f1.7 lens on Monday. And then if I try this camera, try to load a video onto my iPad and all these things that I need to work before I can say that I'm keeping this camera, if they work or if they don't work, it's going to decide on if I'm keeping this camera. So again, this is not a video telling you to get the A6600. This video is simply telling you that I am going to try the A6600. Why I decided to purchase it out of the ones that I was looking at. Again, I have found a few more cameras that I'm kind of interested in. I'll drop a few of those in the description area. I'll be able to let you guys know my thoughts on this camera once I am able to really use it. Yeah, because right now I really can't give you guys a honest review until I can really shoot with this camera. I'm gonna also, after this video, you can expect me to drop another video on all the accessories that I purchased to go with this camera. So stay tuned for that video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have yet to subscribe. So if it all doesn't work out and I don't like this camera, I will be returning this camera to get another camera. So stay tuned.